Dick and I are about to try and go on the beach on our bikes. Let's see how it works out today. Stay tuned. Dick and I have always wanted to use bikes, but we can't afford those real fat tire bikes that you see people riding around on the beach. Well, we did some research and it looks like bikes with tires that are over 2 inches, these are 2.1, should be good enough on the hard pack. Now, Steve Sharon of the Adventure Outdoors channel, he uses a fat tire electric bike, and he hazed me for being so 2019 and going with a human powered bike. Well, the big experiment, the first shot at this is today. So we're going to figure out what the right combination of things is to take out there today. I've got my backpack here. It feels a little bit heavy. I think I might have too much stuff. I'm not sure that I'm going to need the seat, but I don't want to get my butt wet. Got my little bit of lunch, a little bit of water. Well, we'll kind of see how it goes. So stay tuned and learn with me about what it takes to do some beach bike fishing. Here we are, the great adventure begins. We're at the north end in Carolina Beach. Dick's got his bike there. He's got a Mongoose 27.5 inch, and I've got my giant Rebel. He's not bringing a fishing rod, I am, because I want to see what I don't need as we go up on this first voyage. According to my Angler app right here, we're 1.6 miles away from where we started, and we've learned a few things in terms of where to ride these bikes. If you can look down here where my feet are, you can see that my footprints are very indistinct. That is the marker that the sand is hard enough. As soon as you move farther up the beach, the footprints become sunk in and deep, and that's where you don't want to go. But so far, as long as you kind of find that hard pack, it's going to be okay. One of the concerns we had would mountain bike tires just get globbed up with sand, and as you can see here from Dick's bike, it's not an issue at all. Just some white coating of sand, which is the same as what I have on my flat tire. Here you can see my flat tires, and just like on Dick's bike, a light coat of sand. In fact, I've got more sand dug in my grooves than he does on his knobby tires. You know, one of the things about being out here is we've never been down this far on Carolina Beach Inlet. And there's a little pond over here. You can see Dick's walking over there right now. We want to go check out and see if there's any bait in there, because during the summer, I bet there'd be a lot of bait captured in this pool when the tide goes out. And that could make them easy to cast in. Let's see how shallow it is. So there used to be a creek that would come into the inlet right over here, and this looks like it's what's left of an alternate exit point. I would bet that at high tide, this gets filled up because there's still a little bit of water back in here. And one of the things that's interesting is that even though it's very deep out here in this little pond, the bait fish are hanging out in the real shallow water, where I assume it's a little bit warmer as well as being safer. There must be a predator out here in this pond. You can see them running around right down there. A whole bunch of them right there. Those are nettable. Another big school of bait right there. Those guys are big. So another good discovery here. We'll have to remember this one. Boy, it's a beautiful day out here. Check out that vista. So as we come back here, before we get going again down the inlet, let's check out my pack. So it basically seems to be hanging together, even though I've got this camp stool and the rod holder kind of jerry-rigged on top of this. So far so good. The chest and belly band straps are critical. Well, the adventure and the experiment is over with. We didn't end up doing any fishing. We decided basically just to spend the time doing a recon. We ran about 5 miles up and down the inlet and determined that the Velcro to hold the rods on is just fine, even though these are huge surf rods. And I think I've got about the right amount of stuff in my backpack. I think I'll maybe cut down on some of the lead weights and things like that. Probably have an extra pound of those. But the bike performed just fine. The 2.1 inch tires work just fine. Like I said earlier, just got to look for that gray sand, and it's hard packed and there's no issue. So later on this week, Dick and I are going to head down to Fort Fisher, go all the way to the end of the four-wheel drive beach, and then head down towards Bald Head Island. It's about 4 miles away. Not that we'll get all the way down there till our legs are in shape, but we'll go down, check it out, and this time we'll both fish. So if you guys have any advice on bike fishing, surf fishing on bikes, hey, throw it down below. I'm a newbie. I need to get all the tricks of the trade. Thanks.